Hello and welcome everyone to tonight's episode of the Relics of Old. In the previous episode, the party finally made their way across the lake with some assistance, it seems, from under the water. Making their way on shore, they found a couple of grung milling about the top of the encampment itself, dispatching with two out of the three of them relatively easily, the third slipping underground into the main encampment itself. They set out to explore this new cavernous area. Petunia, the tallest in the group, seeming to struggle with the height difference, having to crawl through various sections of it before getting to a wider cavern where she at least can stoop. Meeting some kind of unexpected things, namely kind of like a working class grung group with, quote-unquote OSHA requirements and such. A disgruntled Reg Grung. The group finally found themselves around the tunnel, like twisty tunnels, next to what appears to be a storeroom, confronted by four Grung, one of which was the one that slipped underground. That's where we begin tonight, with Fink and Petunia in the front of the group, staring down this hallway into the entrance of this storeroom. Crates all around, the green grung having pointed in your group's direction, ribbiting loudly to the gold grung next to it. Why don't we roll initiative? Unless you have questions first.
Is Petunia talking?
Petunia is muted currently.
Haha. Nope, that's true. Oh, wasn't there one holding something? Holding like a staff or a wand or a stick or something?
Yes. So the gold grung is in a kind of tattered, grayish robe with an old gnarled staff in one hand. Seemingly a little more prominent than the other grung around it, a little taller in stature, but meeker, or like thinner in design. From what you can tell, like its face is a little narrower.
Is Petunia around a corner on the map or something? I can't see her on mine, but then again, I can't see
Petunia is under Fink currently.
Oh,
they are
gotcha.
kind of like on top of each other, looking through this doorway.
Oh,
sort of.
Yeah, I'm at the very front, yeah.
Right.
I'm at the very front, and that matches my initiative roll.
Seems about right.
nice.
Petunia, you had what for your initiative?
A 20.
A 20? That's pretty
Nice.
good. And Fink?
Try to see what my modifier is, but without it, it's a 15. I feel like I might be -1 though, so maybe 14.
I think you are -1, yeah, with the plate armor. I think that was your dump stat. All right. So, first to act is the gold grung.
Uh-oh.
You see it actually move into view and look down the hallway. You see it tap its staff on the ground, and the wood from the staff begins to meld over its froggy flesh, creating a wooden skin over top of it. It then points at the rest of you down the hallway. Ribbit. And that's its turn. Petunia, you are up.
Yes. So I am going to cast. Yeah. So I am going to cast light on the gold one because it seemed appropriate since that's the one with the staff.
You're going to cast light?
Yes.
That is a touch range spell.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, you're more than welcome to do it. You'll just need to get closer.
You just
I
need to
need
touch it.
more.
Gotta
I
touch
need
the
to
button.
That's
touch
fine.
it. No, we're good. I will do Sacred Flame then, which was
Sacred Flame?
originally what I was gonna do. Yes, on the gold one when it did that. And that is.
I burned my one really good roll of the night early for initiative.
Okay.
Sacred Flame. With my amazing modifiers, 7.
No, but I rolled that didn't save. I rolled a whole 1 for damage.
Hey, nice. You think as you cast your green spurt of flame out, that the wood seems to have like slowed it down. It's a lot more rigid than it was like previously moving, and as a result, kind of stumbles when trying to get out of the way, and it's kind of like half prone. I know that's not really a thing, but it's half prone.
I'm gonna move right there, just inside the room then.
Okay. You should have a pretty good view now of everything that's going on in there. At least you can see all of them. And you're kind of pressed up at the edge of the room right now against a bunch of crates, seeming like 2 or 3 high. So they, for you, would come up to about maybe your waist. So the crates are not very big, kind of grung size, if you would, little froggy boxes, basically.
Froggy boxes.
Right.
There's
little frog heads on them so they can identify trademarks and stuff. You gotta be competitive.
Yes. Well, yes, you got branding.
Right, exactly. It's very important.
It is. But that's all I can do. I've got no bonus actions, so I'm going to stay right there.
Sounds good. Iniara, you are up next. Think on deck.
All right. I'm going to move up
Okay.
right there, and I'm going to cast Dancing Lights in this area
Okay.
and try and light this up a little bit.
Gotcha. We'll use that. Put it on this map.
Especially considering we got 2 who can't see very well. Here, you can sit in your chair.
Hang on while I import the dancing lights.
You're gonna have your own die.
Okay, that should be under your control still, next to the gold one there.
Yes, and I could have all 4 there in a human-shaped figure.
Okay.
We're not opening up the small dice. I'm sorry.
All right,
and that's an action.
Movement and an action. Yep.
So I think that is what I've got then for my turn. I don't have any bonus actions.
Okay, sounds good. Fink, you're up. ESO next.
Alright, I would like to cast Fairy Fire in a 20-foot cube, and I think I can get the back 3. So like this one, and this one. Unless you see a way I can do all of them, but I don't think I can.
No, I think that 4th one, I mean, I think you can get 3 out of the 4, best case scenario. So I think that's actually good. That's a nice big cube. Yeah, so that will... Yep.
Hold on. Can I actually do the 2 purple and the gold and not the green one?
Yeah, no problem. You can certainly try at least. Do you have a specific color you would like them to be lit up with if they fail?
I think I've been doing blue.
Blue?
Yeah, I think I have a blue glow behind my mask and or my whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and then I would like to move like.
All right. So you see Fink kind of stand stock still for a brief moment, and then a blue flame erupts from his body, emanating from the stone plating, and kind of shrouding those 3 grung as it kind of settles into place. And you see that 2 out of the 3 are brightly illuminated, like glowing with blue light. The gold one does not seem to have been affected by it. But the other 2 were.
And
then move up there.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll go there. I think I can make it around the corner.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, I don't believe I have bonus actions yet, so.
Okay. That should be coming somewhat soon, though, I would think.
Okay, I'll be patient.
All right, Iso.
Alright. So Iso, seeing everyone run into the room and then that gold frog right in front of him start being covered in bark, he is going to spend his movement and his action to get right up here.
Nice.
And then he's gonna stare down at the gold frog in front of him, and he's gonna be like, I spent an entire day felling trees. You think one little barky frog is going to stop me? And he'll take his warhammer and just shoulder it on, or rest it on his shelf. And that's his turn.
Nice. I like it. All right. First up is the purple one down there. It is going to move forward to Fink. Blue flames kind of emanating off of its body, brilliantly illuminating it. Again, you see it kind of pull a dagger from within its like belted pant kind of thing. It's breeches. Again, do the same thing all of them have been doing. It licks its dagger, and then it's going to try to stab into you.
Yuck.
And I have a 16 to hit.
That's my AC.
That's your AC? Okay. I will need a Constitution save then as well, please.
Boy. So it
You
begins.
take 5 points of piercing damage.
I'm gonna go ahead and they're purple, right? Not blue?
They are purple. Currently glowing blue, but they are purple.
Right. Oh, we'll just have fun with this early on, I guess. 8.
8. All right, that's not going to be enough. And with that, it stabs in, kind of fighting a seam again in your plating, pierces you for 5 damage. And an overwhelming desire to become wet just overwhelms you, and you just immediately reach in for a flask and just start dumping it all over the outside of your armor, which is going to do basically nothing. But your flask is now empty and you are wet. Just so you're aware, for now. Uh-oh. Oh no.
We lost Fink.
Fink.
That was weird. I think
That
I
was
hit a...
very weird.
I don't know what I did.
I don't know either. I think we lost your camera as well.
Yeah.
Oh. Is that better?
There we go.
There
There
we
we
go.
go. We got it.
I don't know what I
It
did.
shocked you so much, it just dropped.
Yeah.
Everything was disabled for a moment.
Yep.
So you see the purple, blue glowing Grung currently next to you kind of turn briefly to the gold one. Ribbit? The gold one turns back. Ribbit. All it does is pull out a dagger and attempt to stab. It does not lick it.
Okay.
And I think with a 15, that is going to be a miss against your Tortle shell, correct?
That is correct.
With your 20 AC?
Correct.
All right. Again, it just kind of like digs off to the side, and you see maybe a new little scratch on that, but I think that'll heal over nicely. No permanent damage, at least.
That's vintage!
The green one is going to come down to you, Petunia, and you see it just reach forward, no dagger. And that is going to be, I don't know, I think it's going to hit 6. Not quite. You're muted, but I'm sure your reaction is fantastic right now.
Ooh, no, that was close. Sorry, I turned it off for children reasons, but
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've been
no, you're
muted
fine.
but not quite.
off and on for same reason.
Yeah.
No worries. All right, so it reaches out feebly, and you just kind of step to the side, and it plants a hand on one of the froggy boxes, and then backs off, ready, looking for another swipe here soon. The gold one turns towards Iso, licks its new bark skin, and attempts to plant a hand on you.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Oh
Is this
god.
grapple?
And this is gonna seem really sus. I got a nat 20.
move the camera,
guess-
or we can't. I'm
I
kidding.
can move the camera.
No, I
and
was
it's-
joking.
No,
I believe you.
People nausea, it's not worth it. That's two. One for initiative, and then the second one now.
Is this for a
anyway,
grapple or a to hit?
yes,
Okay, so
technically. So it's kind of just like a slap on your shell more than a grapple attempt.
Let me try athletics. No, that's a 15 total. Valiant attempt though.
Okay. Valiant, very valiant. So even with mine's a 22. So it hits you. I need a Constitution save, something that you are actually pretty good at. So
Well, you say that.
we'll see. We'll see. I can hope. We'll see.
Natural one.
Lovely.
Wow, min
Right.
max that turn.
Right? Yeah, that was pretty solid. Iso, as its hand touches you, it's like a warm friend greeting you again. It feels like it's been a while, and your eyes kind of glaze just a little bit. You realize your friends are being attacked. You need to help them.
Oh no. Oh no.
Crap.
It turns to you,
Boy.
looks up. We need your help. Petunia, it's your turn.
Awesome. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the gold one, since
Okay.
I did damage it for 1 point of damage.
Okay,
I
yeah.
know that.
13 on a wisdom save.
Gosh darn it, that saves.
Okay.
Okay,
I-
well,
Okay. Yeah, I guess you guys are only level 2, so I guess that
Yeah.
makes sense.
yeah, totally. So I am going to use
Sorry.
my bonus action to use Hidden Step and turn invisible.
Nice.
And
Cool,
then
cool.
I am gonna move to here, invisibly, mind you. And yeah, that's my turn. I'm invisible
That's your
standing
turn?
right there. Yeah, that's all I
Alright.
got.
That works.
My spell didn't work, so
All right. We'll move over to Iniara then. You notice the green one does not make an attack of opportunity on you either as you move past it. Honestly,
Nice.
didn't seem to notice you were there.
Alright. I'm gonna move up,
Or was more shocked that you just vanished.
and then which one so far out of what I've seen seems to be more of like the leader? The gold? Okay, that's what I was thinking.
100% the gold.
I'm going to
Seems
do
be, as much as you can understand, seems to be the one issuing commands.
mind sliver.
Okay.
I need a save.
Intelligence saving throw.
Yep.
8.
Yeah, it failed.
Nice.
He takes a whole 3 points of damage, but his
Hey, 3 points is
disadvantage.
better than nothing.
No, sorry, not disadvantage. Takes a
It's a D4 on its next saving throw.
negative D4.
We'll try to remember that that's what that means. All right. You move forward again. You send out a dart from your own mind, impaling directly into the Golden Grung's mind. You see a trickle of blood kind of come out of one of its ear holes, and it seems a little stunned, to say the least. Anything else on your turn, Iniara?
No, I moved, and that's really about all I got. I'm gonna keep my
Okay.
dancing lights where they're at, so...
Gotcha. Perfect. Think. With a brilliant blue glowing grung in front of you. I did it again.
What'd you do? Oh, you didn't use the music?
Change the playlist. My bad. That's like quarter of the battle. Come on.
Shame on you, mate.
I'm gonna try and hit it.
All right.
Advantage, right?
You have advantage, yes.
Okay. 12?
A 12 will actually hit.
Whew. That's good. 2.
2 points of damage?
2 points of damage.
All right.
And it is bludgeoning.
That is bludgeoning. And soon as you impact it, you notice, I think it's just for the next hit, correct? No, I'm thinking of Guiding Bolt. Never mind. Fairy Fire is just on. Never mind. You see it hit, you see the flames die down and then just roar back to life, brilliantly illuminating it in front of your face. All right.
I think on that note, I was supposed to make a concentration check.
Yeah, actually, you should. Yeah, we'll do that now. We'll keep your hit as is, and if they fade, they fade. So you're looking to beat a DC 10.
What do I add to that again?
Constitution saving throw. So a D20 plus con saving.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a 22.
Okay, yeah, no, you're good. You got that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else on your turn? Big swing of the hammer, and you bopped it.
I don't think so. I think that's it. I'll just
Okay.
hang out.
So,
All right. Well,
having made some new friends very recently.
How do you want to play this? Do you want me to act on my own, or do you want to Jaeger my character?
I'm okay with you running your character still.
Okay.
Now, don't get mad at Iso or the player. This is technically not him.
So,
You see cross his mind very briefly. Petunia scorching him with fire, waking him up with bright lights. Now's
so
his
you'll
chance.
see Iso turn towards the gold frog and reply back, "It would be my pleasure to help," aka Ribbit. And then he'll move down towards Fink and make an attack.
All right.
So, lucky 7 total. Roll the 2.
Map me.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, you're right. I forgot. Wow, forgot already. Petunia's invisible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you would not have seen her. Okay, so move down towards Fink. Tortle with the big hammer coming in with a smack on the stony gnome. Go ahead and roll to attack.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead. You can roll to attack as you
Oh, I did.
bring your hammer at Fink.
I rolled a 2 for a 7.
Pretty sure that hits.
Really?
No, Fink is just as armored up as you are. So.
Sorry, I thought we moved on from that. I thought I had said I rolled a 2. So.
Oh no, I missed it. Sorry, I missed it. So no worries.
You rolled a 7? I was waiting for the total.
Yeah.
Oh no, I rolled a 2 for a 7. I was just letting
Gotcha.
Mike throw in his flavor. So.
Oh yeah. No. You see, Iso seems conflicted as he's making this attack. I know you guys haven't known each other for very long, but I think there's a small bond that maybe has formed just a little bit. And you see him kind of pull back with the hammer as he makes the swing. And with that, Iso, can I actually get you to make a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn?
Sure can. I'm good at that. 20 total.
20 total. And with that, your hammer comes smacking into the ground. Your eyes clear back up, and you realize you've been duped.
What the deuce? Fink, how'd you get in front of me?
You just smacked me, old man. What are you doing?
We'll talk about it later. Fight on.
Sure, we'll worry about that later.
All right. Looking, the purple grung looks back to you, looks over to Iso, who's recently cleared his mind. He seems worried, very briefly, before licking his dagger and trying to stab yet again. I'll actually 50-50 this one. Who would like evens? Who would like odds? Okay. It was. Hey, it actually was a 1. Believe it or not. Oh, that's not going to hit though.
That makes fun of me, bro.
12 is pretty below your AC. So again, it just kind of scrapes off the stone plating, kind of almost finding the box right behind both of you, and planting the dagger into that. It seems to struggle as it tries to pull back out of the wood before finally getting it loose. This one is going to come down and join its comrade. It will lick and stick as well, or attempt to, with another 12, which is going to just immediately, Esau, you just throw up your shield out of reflex more than anything, and the dagger goes flipping across the room out of its hand. The green one. Let me just double check. Yeah, no, it does see you. Okay. Hops across the room towards Iniara. And it is going to reach out to attempt to touch you. With a 13 to attempt to. You have a chance to athletics out of the way. I'll give that to you.
So it's
or acrobatics.
He's trying to grapple?
Effectively, he like licks. It's just trying to slime you, basically.
Okay.
And I'll be generous and allow you guys save some, effectively.
All right. So that's not an armor base this one this time.
Nope.
Okay. Let me find my saves and stuff. No. Skills. Come on. Okay. Said acrobatics or
athletics.
Athletics? Okay. 17?
17, and you are able to just kind of duck out of the way as its hand plants up against the wall behind you, kind of just moving your torso out of the way just in time. And it looks slightly defeated. And we move back over to the gold one.
Really wish I had an AoE now.
Yeah, what is it gonna do? Alright. It is going to hop over this way. Petunia, if you wish, there is an attack of opportunity there for you. Is it? Well, actually, it's not gonna. It's gonna move out of their melee range. But...
Actually, I am not going to do that.
To do that?
I will not.
No worries. You see it kind of like lull its tongue out for a moment and then flick it forward towards Fink. And that is a 15 to hit. No, just misses. All right, so it kind of sticks to the side of your helmet, and you feel like, well, you don't really feel, but even as wet as you were like seconds before, you could just sense that there is some gross slime on the stone plates of your armor as the tongue pulls back, leaving a string of fluid behind it. They aren't having a good time here, guys. Petunia, back over to you.
Oh, awesome.
I believe you become visible now, correct?
Yes. As I become visible, I am going to use another Furball magic and disguise self as the hooligan that I did earlier, like with all the other ones outside of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to get bigger, which will make my predicament a little bit more, but not by a lot. I don't want to I want to be bigger and fill the room, but not as big as before to the point where I'm going to be a detriment.
Sure.
If that's possible, unless it's
right,
too
so
small.
You're already kind of hunching over a bit to even fit in a lot of these rooms. So getting bigger probably wouldn't be
I
great.
will stay the same size.
Okay. I mean, you'll still be kind of a big hulking fish monster, but in deity form, of course.
I will be now, and I am going to move. Hold on, let me check something quick to see if this is. I know I want to move there for sure, but I want to see if I can move any more. Nope, I'm gonna stay right there, actually.
Okay.
And that, I think, is it. I don't have a bonus action I can use for this. Yep, that's it.
Right. So in the blink of an eye, you see Cunya's Fearball itself just kind of immediately morph back into the Sekala deity form that she had the day previous, kind of hulking over top of these three grungs there. And we'll move over to Iniara.
Okay.
Slapping gently.
Oh my god. Sorry, I toddler. I am gonna do. I'll do Mind Sliver on the yellow one, gold one, I think again.
The gold one? Okay. That is a 12.
Fails.
All right.
Woo! 4 damage.
4 damage. All right. Perfect. On his next saving throw is a negative d4. Correct?
Yep. And then I think I can only move my lights 10 feet. I was hoping
Good question.
to be distracting with it, but
Sure.
I suppose I move up to 60 feet. 60 feet.
You can. I don't know if you can tell, but Fink was agreeing that 60 feet is the correct number, having used that spell frequently the last time around.
Yeah. Yeah, 60 feet. So I'm gonna move all 4 of them in that big, that shape, humanoid shape in front of me.
Sure.
I don't know how smart these things are, but I'm hoping they'll go for it versus me. At the very least, be blinded.
It seemed like the gold and the purple ones were a little more intelligent, so they didn't seem taken out by it. But,
well, knowing that, then instead I will separate it, and I'll put one.
Green one, so
I'll put. Oh, that's true. I'll try it, and if that doesn't work next time, I'm just gonna put a ball right in front of their eyes and try and blind them.
Sure.
Then that's my turn this time.
All right. Fink.
Let's see.
As again, both purple grungs are just brilliant blue flames in front of both you and Iso, looking like prime targets.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna snap the one in front of me again. Try to. Oh yeah, 19 to hit.
Oh, that'll do it.
And then a 4.
4 damage? Alright. That one is looking fairly hurt at this point, having taken 2 good blows by you. And it is kind of like dragging one of its arms a little bit after that last hit. Alright, anything else? Did you want to move? I mean, for any reason.
I think so. Because if I move 5 feet to my right, I'll get an attack of opportunity from this one, right?
Correct. But it's available to you if you wish.
I'll just keep hanging out.
All right, Iso.
Right. I quickly, from the DM, just need a clarification on something here.
Sure.
I think we said that the squares are 5 feet, right? So I can still
Correct.
attack diagonally, even though I don't have reach.
Correct.
Okay, so like,
Again, I'm used to playing on hexes, so that's totally fine.
right, so this is just something that's been headcanoning for me. And so, like, when all these guys have been attacking diagonally, in my head, the only reason I'm believing they're able to do it is for some reason they're taking their daggers, sticking them to their tongues, and thrusting their tongues to, like, hit diagonally.
Totally cool with that too, and now that's what they're doing.
I mean, it's so much cooler. Rule of cool.
Rule of cool, yeah. So
I'm
they
so
lift the
used to-
dagger, kind of throw it up, they grab the hilt, and then thrust with their tongue. It's very beautiful and deadly.
Okay, so that completely changes how I do strategy now. Because I've always attacked diagonally, you need reach. Okay,
Oh, sure.
Iso is going to look over his shoulder at the green one and Iniara right there, and he is going to spin and bring his warhammer down on that one.
Gotcha. All right.
So let's see, probably not with a 10.
A 10 does not hit. Unfortunately.
Head is still a bit groggy from whatever psycho drugs the gold frog put him on, so.
Right?
But that is going to be his turn.
All right. So you turn, again, your head's kind of spinning a little bit. You see 2 green frogs briefly and swing for the wrong one. Feeling the jolt as you smack stone instead. All right. The 2 purple ones are going to go, attempting to dagger Fink and Iso. The first one is a 14 to hit against Fink, and a 16 to hit against Iso. I think both are misses. All right, the green one, seeing that you just recently did that, is going to shoot its tongue out at Iniara and attempt to grapple you again, like kind of wrapping it around your arm as best it can.
So as a reaction, Iso is going to take his shield and bash the frog with it. There's a protection whenever I can see another creature, or attacks another creature that I can see within 5 feet. Wait, hold on. Creature you can see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet. So it's in within 5 feet of me, but Iniara is not.
Right. So I don't think you'd be able to like interpose with your shield that way.
Okay, so it has to be like Fink next to me. Okay, I read that wrong.
Right.
Never mind.
Have to be. Nope. No worries. I had a paladin.
It would've been
last
cool.
time around, same kind of thing. So
Yep.
very
I'll get used
sort
to
of. I feel good with that mechanic at least. Yeah. So
I tried.
you try. You see. Like, you try to stick your shield out and try to get in the way and, like, deflect its tongue just a bit, but are just short. So, Iniara, I've got a 13 to attempt to hit you.
Oh, that misses. I thought I had to roll, so.
Okay.
I have mage armor, so I've got 16.
Oh, yeah, you got mage armor. That's right. Yeah, no, you are totally fine then. All right. The green one looks behind now, realizing that Petunia was there the whole time.
The green or gold?
The gold, sorry, the gold. Apologies. The gold turns, wooden figure, like wooden froggy head, kind of creaks and turns up towards the giant Sekola Sahuagin. Ribbit. And you see it kind of tap again on the ground, and whoa, not what I wanted. Here we go. You see little thorns begin to appear all over the ground in a very large area around this room as the Grung Wildling casts Spike Growth in this room.
Don't remember what that does, but I suppose that's a meta knowledge. Or is that an arcane knowledge?
Technically, I would consider that, well, it is arcane, but more of the nature and less of like arcane and holy.
Alright.
Or like divine magic, so I would consider that more of like a natural side of things.
So I can't roll to know what this spell does doing to us?
I mean, you can kind of look at the ground and see very sharp barbs everywhere. You guys were within sight and in immediate vicinity of it, so it's not hidden to you by any means, but it looks very pokey.
Alright, well I'm out of it, so.
As that area in the blue circle, everything within that circle is now kind of a Caltrip minefield that does not look very fun. And with that, the gold, you see it kind of like go on its hind legs, like kind of crouch down, and you see it like rocket off to the left, leaping just to the edge, kind of landing unsteadily into the edge of the spike field, but still landing in it, misjudging its own jump, it seems, taking a little bit of damage. But its con save is fine. So it clatters in, and you see like the spikes themselves kind of like almost reach out and like pincer in on anything that it touches. It's moved. It seems. Petunia, you do not seem to have pleased this Grung in the slightest.
I don't, and that's okay. So I am going to just. So I'm gonna. So wait, how do I do the drag thing?
You need the measurement tool on the side. It looks like a little circle with an arrow or a ruler.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So that's they're both. Sweet. Awesome. Cool. I'm gonna cast, or yell before I cast. How dare you? Because I am a big god now.
Right.
And cast Arms of Hadar.
Oh, nice.
Hadar,
all right.
which is everyone within 10 feet, which are those two purples. Which
The two purples?
Now, not the gold, because the gold is just out of range.
Just out of range, yeah.
But
leaped
it's
out of
those two strength saving throws.
Strength saving throws.
Yes.
Ooh. All right. So I rolled 14s, but with their modifiers, they're 11s.
Oh,
They are
don't
super weak.
save.
So believe it or not, they aren't very strong.
Oh, wow.
Good to know.
Good to know. That's 11 points of damage.
Seriously?
That is 11 points of damage, seriously. And they cannot take reactions until their next turn.
Oh no, that's not going to be an issue.
They're not moving.
Oh no, that's not an issue.
Dark tendrils I yell, how dare you, and these dark tendrils just start whipping out from around me, and they're like glowing kind of the green glow. And they just grab them and throttle them.
And with that, you
Anger.
see like an inky black tentacle kind of wrap around both Grung's necks, pull them up briefly. You see it tense, and then their bodies just crumple. You notice that the blue lights immediately extinguished. Like it is, there is nothing left living to illuminate.
Oops.
Dang. That was a good spell.
They're still
That
bodies.
was a good spell. That was a great use of that
Spell
spell.
bodies, yes. It's just that their life force immediately extinguish with those black tentacles come out.
Yeah, so I am gonna move.
Actually,
if
with
that's
that,
possible.
seeing that, you see the green one's eyes just kind of like go massive, and it starts to try to hop away, having witnessed that.
Yeah, good. That
Just
was
as a
the
reaction,
hope
it's going to
for it.
move 15 feet down the hallway. Isel, you would get a reaction if you choose to burn it. Fang shouts words of encouragement and nudges you like, hey!
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah,
Oh, you're
I'm
fine.
gonna use my reaction. That is a 13 to hit.
13 hits.
Okay, and then Sentinel attack. He's not going anywhere. And that's 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
4 points of bludgeoning. All right.
I aim right for the foot and just smatter it across the floor.
Yeah. So with that, you just see its eyes kind of like bulge. It goes to hop, and you just see Iso's hammer smash, and it kind of gets caught in between some of like the tile work that has now been created due to his hammer. And it kind of pins its foot in between there, kind of like preventing any movement. You see it kind of try to like pull away to no effect, and it just stands there horrified as what it just seen. Remember, you guys are the good guys. I don't want to paint that any other way.
They attacked first.
They attacked first, exactly.
This is just
It's also
self-defense.
a big hammer. I mean, that's gonna happen when you go down with it.
Right, exactly. All right, Petunia. Anything else?
I would like to move if possible.
You can certainly try.
I would certainly.
You just love
try.
those phrases.
I do. It's so fun.
Okay, so if possible, I would love to run straight forward
Okay.
to get out of the circle, and then I don't know if it's half movement. If it makes it like that, then that would be 20 feet to get out.
No,
20 feet.
but I will tell you after you move the first 5 feet, you take damage. It's not half movements or anything. You just immediately take piercing damage from the spikes.
Okay, I'm still willing to run to get out, and then if I could get there, that would be
Okay.
3 times.
Okay, so that is 15 feet, isn't it? Yeah.
It is 15 feet, but if I need to pause, I will burn my bonus action in between. So like I'll move 5 feet, 10 feet, and if I need to pause and use my bonus action before I get out, I will. And then keep
All right.
running.
I will let you. So the first set of damage does 8 points for the first 10 feet.
Oof,
So
yeah.
we'll let you determine then before making the final movements here.
Okay, so for 10 feet, which is right there, that's 8 points of damage. Oh boy.
Yep.
So I will take that, and then I will use my bonus action to burn 2 healing lights on myself.
Okay.
Because
All right.
I will need it. Ooh, okay, so that's 6 points healed.
Okay. Not bad.
No, that was decent.
That's decent, yeah. The final 5 feet, you take another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Is that like close to max damage or what with that? Meta knowledge, I know.
Yeah. That's why I offered it after 10, knowing that it was maybe at the halfway point.
And then I can move, since I'm out of it now after the 15, I can move the last 10 feet.
You can move freely. At that point, you're out of the spike field. You're not going to take any more damage from that.
Perfect. I'm gonna run over here, panting and bleeding and leaking dark, tendrily lit anger.
Just leaking dark tenderly bits. Nice.
Yeah.
Dark tenderly bits and anger. Can't
And
forget that anger.
yeah.
And
Oh,
anger.
definitely not. And you see the gold grung kind of look up, a little mystified at the fact that you're still living after that.
Same.
But to continue the flavor there, as you go, like you run the first couple feet, you see 2 golden dice roll in your head for that final 5, landing on a 2 and a 4. Which I don't know if that's what you actually rolled, but that's what I'm doing.
A 5 and a 1, but very close.
So close. Iniara, you are up next.
All right. I am going to do, I think, Mind Sliver again into the gold one. I'm going to try and break his concentration.
Okay.
Assuming it's a concentration. Don't know. I'm just going to go with it. It fails. And he takes 5 points of damage.
Not bad. Not bad. All right. Still looking pretty okay.
Kept concentration.
You think that the wooden armor seems to be giving it a little bit more vitality, and it is still ready to go. No obvious bloodiness to it, if you will. And it ended up getting a 14 on its con saving throw, so it's still maintaining concentration.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to have my dancing lights kind of like roll around real quick and then split. So that there's 2 in front of the green and 2 in front of the yellow, like right in front of their eyeballs.
Gotcha. All right. We'll see what effect that has here shortly. Thing.
I'm going to. I mean, there's a wall here, so I don't think I could, like, sidestep. But maybe?
To your right, or were you thinking, like, down to the left?
Like, I want to get here.
I hate my legs.
I don't know if I can get around that wall, right?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I don't see an issue with that.
Smack of the frog.
You do take 2 points of piercing damage, though, from the spike growth as you kind of navigate past it.
Okay. Yeah, that's only a 6 to hit.
Okay, that will not hit, even in its seemingly dazed state. Does not hit. Iso! As you see Fink kind of sidestep past you over top of the spike field, going, and then out of the spike field.
So, Iso's gonna, like, look down to Fink and be like, I hope you've got this one! I'll go help Petunia! And he'll dash over that way.
Ouch.
15, 20.
That's a lot of piercing damage.
You said you moved 20 feet through it?
Well, I would have went 5, 10, 15, and then 20 right here.
Okay.
I don't know if this one would have been affected or not.
That one would not have been.
All I got is ouch. Just because it's safe, believe it or not, I'm also helping Petunia over here.
Damage as you kind of, as you get over the spike field and into the Grung's side again.
Ouch. Okay, owie.
The spike field, honestly, it's a really rough spell. I really like it, but it's a really rough spell, especially if you have to move through it.
And then I think as an action, I'm going to place a hand on my chest and pump all 10 lay on hands into myself.
Okay. Perfect.
No, I'm going to do 9.
Do 9 points? Okay. Just in case.
Right.
All right. And with that, you see Iso place a hand next to basically all the ropes that are coming off of him with all the satchels and things, kind of finding a little bit of soft shell, a space of shell there, and you see like a little bit of a red glow underneath his hand, and the warmth of a hearth fire kind of fills you briefly, revitalizing you. All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, he's just gonna be standing there going because his feet hurt.
All right. That one's dead. That one's dead. That one is currently stuck in the ground, and you see it just kind of like start scraping at its face, trying to get the lights off, and it doesn't seem to understand that it can just like move its head slightly to the left and or right and be totally fine. So it's going to just spend its turn kind of like batting at the lights, trying to take care of those. The gold one going to look back up. That moment of awe turns into what you might anticipate as like greed, as it lulls its tongue just a little bit and tries to have it wrap around your Sahuagin arm, Petunia. Christ's sake. 9 to hit, which
no, that actually
isn't gonna do it.
Whoa.
You see him kind of like, as a result of your changed form, seems to kind of like misguess where your true arm might be. It's just a little bit off, and you see its arm kind of like graze over the top, but not quite slime you as it kind of like slithers back into its mouth. Still standing over the top of the spikes, ready to go. It will actually move and like hop off to the side, out of the way, next to you, out of Iso's way.
Can I use my reaction to
Kind
make a
of
hit?
slightly dazed by the light. Yeah, you can use your reaction to hit, which is actually still over there. Which might also explain why it missed due to the disadvantage on the attack.
So 23 to hit.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't hop away.
And that
Evidently
will
not.
be 6 points of bludgeoning.
6 points of bludgeoning. All right. All right. 6 points. Ooh. All right.
Not yet.
With that, you see the wooden armor begin to crack, and like little bits of like reddish liquid seem to be pouring out of its tree bark. Oh no.
Oh no, is that no spell? Oh no.
Can't I grab you? Could you guys see the spike growth?
There was a
I
circle.
can see a circle, yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want that. Okay. Okay, I can't make the circle disappear at the moment. Not sure what I'm doing wrong there, but it is not wanting to disappear. So for all intents and purposes, the spike growth, you see the thorns turn black and then just wither back into the ground and disappear. Petunia, as you see it attempt to jump up, and Iso's hammer just comes and smashes it back into the ground with a very defiant no.
His hammer just goes denied.
Bad Froggy.
I'm gonna move back away from Iso. So he is not. Well, actually, I don't have to. I don't have to move. Because I am not doing that. I'm doing Toll the Dead instead.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that would be the easiest one. And he has been injured.
Come on.
It is a wisdom.
Minus a d4. All right. All right. 5.
Nope, not quite. But it is a D12 since he's been hurt.
Yes, it is.
I rolled a 2. Grand. I don't have fail tonight.
I mean, honestly, it's 2 less health than it had before,
But
which isn't bad for not using a spell slot.
I mean, there's that. Yeah, so I'm gonna. That's it. That's all I
That's
got.
it?
That's
All right.
it. Woo.
That's it. Iniara.
That's it. I'm not moving.
All right, let's see.
Which seems actually, sorry, it seems very odd as you see Sekola the Sahuagin,
Yeah.
like come out. There's nothing in its hand that's ringing, but you hear bells all over this room.
Nice.
Anyway, Iniara.
I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to do Chill Touch on the gold one. Because most of my spells are ranged, so this guy in front of me is not a good thing. But I kind of can't move very well.
Sure.
So, and this is a ranged spell attack.
Yep.
Sorry, what was that? What is that? +5? +5. So 18 to hit?
18, that'll hit.
Oh, great. All right. D8.
You think with the way that this
4.
dream is distracted, that it's not really posing a threat to you and your spell casting. 4 points of damage?
Yep,
Nice.
4 points of damage, and the skeletal hand comes up and just grabs its leg before it, like, fades down into the ground.
Yeah, it does that. You see bits of the bark kind of peel away and blacken and also disappear kind of into the floor without a trace. Anything else on your turn?
No, I still just want the lights right in front of their face, and just trying to be as distracting and inconvenient as possible.
All right. Think. Over to you.
I will smash the frog in front of me.
I will give you advantage because it seems more distracted with the fact that it's got light burning into its eyes than it is defending itself at the moment.
All right, 18.
18 will hit.
And 3 points of damage.
3 points. Ooh. It is really hurt at this point, looking like it's on its last leg. As again, your hammer kind of clocks it like right in the face, right at the lights, and it just kind of didn't see it coming at all as it gets hit. Iso, over to you.
All right, here. So, yeah, not. Iso's gonna drop his shield. He's gonna spit in one hand, spit in the other, grab his warhammer by both hands, and swing down at the gold one.
Nice. I like it.
So that is 17 to hit.
That will just hit.
Oof. All right, and that is going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, I'm gonna give you the first one of the campaign. I know there's some words that are trademarked, so I'm not gonna say those very exact words. But
is it really trademarked?
It is trademarked. I don't know if it's a trademark or not. I don't wanna risk that. How do you want to kill it?
How do you want to kill it? There you go. That's not trademarked.
So he's gonna do that same thing. He's gonna drop the shield, spit on both hands, raise his warhammer, but before he brings it down, he's going to say to it in Aquan kind of quietly, I only have one group of friends, and how dare you try and make me betray them?
Nice.
Wow, we feel so special with
Hammer
that too.
comes down right on top of his head.
All right, and with that, there is just a sickening crunch of wood as you see the froggy form just kind of crumple. The bark from its skin just falls off and kind of burns away with the Oh no, I hit my cord. Lost my microphone. Hopefully I'm back. I think
You're
I'm
back. You're back.
With that, like, flames almost seem to erupt from your hammer as you make contact, and the bark skin just burns away, leaving the black and gold Grung in its tattered robes, staff falling to the side, crumpling to the ground dead.
Ha
All right.
Woohoo!
For the sake of this, I'll let you guys. You want to think you can take another shot, or Petunia or Iniara at this final green grung to finish out the combat.
All right, well,
It is basically defenseless, so you guys are just able to dispatch of it as you see.
Ringing my bells.
All right.
I will take out my rapier and try and take it with the
All right,
pointy
so
end.
with a nice coup de grace, you see Fink come down with a hammer. Iniara pokes it with a rapier as blood just begins to pour from its orifices from ringing bells throughout the room. And with that, it just slumps and is dead.
Oh, I immediately bent down in front of the gold one and ripped the staff out of its hand that it used to tap on the ground to make all of those thorns appear.
All right. With
And
that,
then-
you've got a somewhat short, withered staff, but as you reach down and grab it, which you said you did,
Mm-hmm.
you see the staff elongate and fit your size.
Ooh.
Ooh. And then I am going to use my last healing light on myself to heal just a wee bit, unless we're taking a short rest. Actually, nope, I'm doing it anyway. I'll need it. I already said I did it. I'm going to need it. Perfect. 3 points. I'll take it.
All right. The bodies are still there, just kind of cleaning up the map a little bit.
I want to try and use my herbalism kit, and I want to get as much of their slime poisonous effect gathered up into as many vials as I can.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and, for the sake of it, why don't we roll a nature check?
Okay.
Just to kind of collect some of this carefully, since you now have experience with what these can kind of do, and you've got some good knowledge on how to avoid touching that.
So nature, where's my nature on here? Okay, that's not
As
bad.
a wizard,
Plus
you should
3.
have decent nature.
It's plus 3. Okay, so I got a total of 20.
Not bad. All right. With that, you kind of pull some vials from your herbalism kit and kind of carefully scrape in some of the secretions from its skin into these vials. I would say you are able to get 2 vials of gold,
Yeah, okay.
4 vials of purple, and due to how much this thing has been smashed, only 1 vial of green.
Oh,
As you're
wow.
only able to find just a little bit that seems usable.
1 vial green, 2 gold,
4 purple.
4 purple.
Yep.
If you need any extra, Iniara, I have 3 vials extra.
That would be nice. I kind of see how these could be potentially useful. At the very least, we could find an antidote. Yes, that's antidote.
An antitoad?
Bad grandpa joke.
You need to learn to smile just a little bit more, Fink. You're always so down-faced.
I am smiling.
Oh.
It's just the helmet. We don't get to see it very well.
is. You're a hard person to read. But yeah, if you need any additional vials to collect all that slime, I have 3 extras that you can use.
Wait, I don't know what you get out of an herbalism kit, so I shall be collecting apparently grung slime. It was not planned.
I probably play a little too fast and loose with herbalism kits. I probably allow them to do a lot more than they probably should.
It says it has files, which means I can collect stuff in it.
So you can collect samples and things like that.
And like, yay much of stuff.
Poisons and like antidotes and things like that. I think you need an alchemist kit or a poisoner's
Oh
kit.
no, that's fine. Right now I can just gather the stuff.
Or like distill it kind of thing.
I'm good with gathering.
Right, exactly.
Using it in its raw form could be good too.
Yeah. Who knows?
Because, I mean, the gold one touched him, and then he started attacking us instead, which is something that could be interesting if that's
Could be very interesting.
to grung only, or if it was like the user, which is something I'm going to find out at some point.
Right.
Not right now.
Exactly.
It is 7:24. I think it should be a good time to put the toddler to
Actually,
bed.
I was going to say,
I was about to say the same thing.
Start looking through this room. We will take a brief break and be back in a few minutes. Welcome back, everybody. We just finished up the encounter with the Grung Wildling group, taking quite a bit of damage from the spike growth spell, but in the end, becoming victorious. They find themselves in a storeroom with crates that are a couple feet off the ground, not real high, stacked a couple high with little froggy faces on each box, so everyone knows where they came from. With that, you guys have the room to yourself at the moment.
So what does this room look like? Do we just like stumble into a break room?
It kind of looks like a storeroom of sorts. There are kind of crates that kind of line all of the walls. It looks like, kind of looking around, that the purple grung, since they were in the upper right section of the room, seem to be packing something into it. You're not kind of certain at the moment what it is, but there are open crates that look to be stuffed with stuff. A whole lot of stuff in that.
What's in the crates? Can we look?
Okay, you head over to the crates, you look in, and there's just kind of a dull gray stone within it.
Dull gray stone. What is anything?
Yep. So they're about a couple inches long, about 1.5 inches thick, and just not really big, but there's just kind of almost tile-like
They seem
little pieces.
Important.
Do you pick one up?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick one up.
Okay. You pick one up. Why don't you roll me an investigation check?
Okay. I mean, if I need to, I will take 10 minutes and do identify. Investigation, okay. I rolled a 14, so it's plus something, I'm sure. Plus 3, so 17.
17. All right, so you pick one of the stones out of the crate, and you notice it begins to vibrate slightly in your hand. As you kind of examine it, the stone itself is completely smooth.
Okay.
There are no pores, there's no grooves, nothing. It is a perfectly rectangular square.
Okay.
And again, just a slight, almost like hum or vibration as you're holding it in your hand.
I think this is important. Do we have 10 minutes, or do we do this some other time? We can do it some other time, okay.
I have one thing that could help. I can turn invisible once for short rest, but otherwise, if we want to look through these crates, I'm not against that.
I'm curious about this stone. It's very interesting, and I'm gonna pass it to whoever reaches their hand out as I hand it out to it's interesting. Okay. You gotta look at it.
Right, so you see Eniara kind of both hands extended within her gloves, and there's a gray stone that's just a couple inches long, and you notice as you're looking at it, it kind of hums, and it doesn't, you can't see that it's humming, You see that it's kind of like vibrating slightly across your palms.
Weird.
As her
Might
hands
be
get
tomorrow.
closer to Petunia, you notice that the stone begins to vibrate more.
Well, that's interesting. Petunia, what happens if you touch this? Or you take it?
That's a good question. I reach out my hand.
Okay. You reach out your hand, you pluck the stone from hers. The stone vibrates within your hand, and you kind of feel it hum through your body. Seems to have calmed a little bit now that it's in your presence. You kind of move it around a little bit, and it gets towards the staff you just picked up. You notice that it hums and vibrates more as it gets closer to it.
Like,
So as you kind of like pull it away, it dies down. As you bring it close, it picks back up again.
I think we might.
Hold it next to Iso's shield.
All right, you kind of move it over to Iso's shield, having been kind of like enhanced by Fink's abilities. You see that it vibrates, but it does not seem to vibrate in the same way as it did towards your staff.
I think an identify will be in need at some point. I can do that, but it takes 10 minutes to do so.
I cannot do that.
Well, I can stand. I'll stand at the door if you need the time to do it. We could possibly look through the other crates and see if there's more things.
Yeah, we could just do a stack.
Okay.
I mean, I
So,
can start
Iso-
setting up the ritual, and you guys can see if there's more in these crates that might need it.
Sure.
Sure. Works for me.
Iso moves in front of the entrance to this room, and kind of you see that as you guys have already passed through this area, it's very easy for him to basically block off
the door.
entire entrance. Doesn't even have to really squat much, just kind of stands kind of feet shoulder length apart, and just kind of blocks the entirety of the doorway itself.
Okay.
So as the three of you kind of move around, why don't you give me investigation checks as you begin to kind of like sort through some of the boxes and some of the stuff in the area.
Well, I am going to mute while I roll my big mental dice. So hold on a second.
While she does that, I am going to, for flavor of mine, because my ritual.
Yep, so I guess you're down on the ground, you're not participating in the investigation.
I'm gonna sit.
Go, take her away.
Sit on the ground. Take both gloves off, and the ink's gonna flow off of her hand and kind of like swirl around her, and then like occasionally like I don't know how should I do that? Should I have it on like the ground? Like she's using the ink on the ground to make
So I guess that's kind
circle.
of how I saw it. So it kind of like comes up, flows off your fingers, and then with your hand, you're kind of smearing the ink into a large circle first, before kind of going into the intricate designs within for the arcanic, or like the runes.
Yeah, the runic. I think I would be where she controls the ink. So she's never actually writing on the ground. It's right above it.
Yeah, so it's
as if she's scribbling, but it's in the air.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
That's how I do my rituals.
All right.
I like Finks, like stock still too.
Petunia, what did you get on your investigation check?
14.
14. And Fink?
13.
Assuming you're 15? Okay. That's both pretty good. The both of you kind of look around. You find several other crates of this dull gray stone. Each one, you might estimate, has maybe 50 stones in each crate. And there's probably a good 15 crates worth of those stones. You also locate another couple that seem to be housing various possessions of some sort. There is several coin bags that amount up to 14 gold pieces, 20 silver pieces, and 50 copper pieces.
Did we ever go through how we
There's
do
probably
loot?
a good 6 or 7 coin bags in these crates. Just kind of like various possessions just kind of thrown together. The rest of it's just little bits of clothing, not much that seems to be of worth, until you get to one of the final ones and you notice 2 potions of healing. Or that was sort of meta, but you guys can recognize a health potion. And there is a small blue gemstone.
I love Fink's look there to you. Being that this is here, do we want to go over how we're doing loot? Or hash this out at the end of session?
I think we can hash that one offline.
Okay, that's fine. No, I was just so we don't forget. Not that it'll be hard to hash it out.
Money in the near couple minutes. So.
Right.
And yeah, and it all depends on how everyone plays and then putting characters into it. So we'll get there.
Yeah.
Right.
Just as a got to put a pin in, we got to figure this out.
No.
Yeah.
So effectively, though, you guys have 2 health potions to use as you wish.
Perfect. While we're investigating and all of this, can I see if there's anything on any of the dead frogs, like any like personal possessions on them?
Sure. So you, the green one had no clothing again. It was just one of those naked surface grung, if you will, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 purple ones do have like smaller coin pouches on the inside. You take very good care to kind of pluck and grab, avoiding touching them entirely. You find a total of 7 copper pieces between them, so 7 total.
Okay.
7 froggle, 7 froggle.
Works for me.
And the gold one just seems to have that tattered robe on, and then the staff that you've already collected.
Okay.
No, nothing beyond that on its person.
Sounds good to me.
All right. 10 minutes is up as they're searching through. I should also point out, you found the 15 crates with the stones and everything. There was also a good number of empty crates that were kind of just being stored ready to be filled, that hadn't quite gotten there yet.
Okay.
Iniara, though, you do finally finish tracing all of the arcane runes. You feel very good about it, and then the circle around you kind of glows like softly purple and dissipates, and you know your ritual is complete.
Sweet.
All right. You hold the stone in front of you?
Yep.
All right. Hang on.
Is the ink still on the floor?
No, it is not. The ink seems to, as that kind of flashed purple briefly, it seemed to erase the ink. And you notice that looking at Iniara, the amount of ink on her body does not seem to have changed. It seems to just kind of continuously flow from her. You held it up to yourself, and it glows, and you recognize it immediately as divination magic.
All right.
I should say, I think it glows yellow.
Glows yellow for divination for the stone.
Correct.
Smooth gray stone. What about her staff? Can I do the staff?
Do you have the staff on you, or is it still with Petunia?
I assume technically Petunia probably still has it.
Probably. She's most likely within 60 feet of you, though. But just
Right.
Well, I would have ended up on the gold frog last, So right about there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You do notice that yellow kind of in all of the boxes that they kind of checked and found extra like stone tiling in. Also, the boxes glow yellow.
Okay.
Petunia's staff, on the other hand, glows a nice blue. You recognize that as transmutation magic.
Blue for transmute. Do we know of anything like what it does?
Not without identifying. You can just identify the school of magic.
Oh, shoot. Did I say
With
detect magic?
I thought you did. Maybe I misheard you.
I probably said that one, but I meant I have identify. I don't have the stuff to do identify now that I think about it. We don't have the
Right, you
thingy
need the
majigger.
pearl.
Yeah, we don't have a pearl yet. But I have identify as a spell.
Correct. You just can't use it yet. But you want to, and you cast detect magic instead.
Yeah. So technically that was right. I just don't have the pearl yet.
Right.
We'll get there.
Unfortunately. But yeah, you'll get there.
That'll be one of the things I'm sure we buy.
Good possibility.
Or I buy at the very least.
So that is what you discover with the stone and the staff.
And that's it. That's in the room.
Off of everything. Actually, yeah, you would have noticed the potion vials that Fink and Petunia picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Would have glowed red with evocation.
Okay.
Also, to point out, not all healing potions are magical in nature. Some are natural in nature, as they can be concocted versus like brewed kind of thing. I guess that's kind of the same thing, but some can be done without magical means.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to do in this room? Or search through or try to find out?
I think I'm good.
Nope,
Everybody
I'm
else
done.
is.
Nope, I'm not taking a short rest because we're only doing the 10 minutes that it took you, so.
All right.
Good.
I would like to get a closer look at that gem.
The blue one?
Okay. You take a moment. Why don't you give me an intelligence check? As you take a moment to examine that.
$17.
17? That's really good.
Yeah.
You look it over. It takes you a moment. Like, yeah, gem. It's a sapphire. That's what it is. And you kind of begin to examine it. Really give it a good look over. You estimate it'd probably be worth about 25 gold. And oddly enough, as you kind of like examine it, you look towards like the underside, and there seems to be a little etching on the underside of the sapphire. It's a little hard to make out at the moment, but there's definitely something that was etched in this at one point.
I think I have a jeweler's kit, but I won't use it right now.
Okay.
Or maybe I just have proficiency with it. I'll probably get a jeweler's kit at some point.
Yeah, you might need to purchase one yet. I think you do have proficiency, but I don't think you have the kit. But that'll, again, be easy enough to pick up when you return to town. Most likely. Potentially.
If you
Depending
have
on how
money.
good trade has been while you guys have been gone.
I hand it back to Tuna and say, I want to get a closer look at this, but I don't have the proper tools at the moment, so.
Okay. I don't have the proper tools either. If you wanted to do some leather working, got you covered.
Got it.
a little difficult to do jewelry work with a leather worker's kit, but you know. All right. Anything else for you guys?
I do believe we were supposed to clear out all the frogs.
Yeah, I do believe that there's
This
more.
seemed to clear out some.
There was several parts of this hallway that we could have gone down.
Right.
There's that red one that just let us pass by. I feel kind of bad.
We give him on the way back out, say, hey, all your friends are dead.
And we're sorry, and ka-ching, or what? Like, that's very dark. A little underhanded. Still, I came from a bad place.
My internet yet again.
No.
Okay. No, I think we're good now. I lost it for about a minute.
Oh, we're discussing what we're doing.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
My headlamp is still on, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. And if not, you would easily be able to recast it as you need be.
Yeah,
What does dancing lights
it
work?
It went out by now. I would have recast it.
Dancing lights is 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute.
10 minutes? 10
1
minutes.
minute? I thought it was
1 minute,
10.
10 minutes.
I don't know.
Oh, let me see. Let me get back to it.
But I would definitely move
1 minute
down the hallway. And this this was the T intersection right here.
Yep, that is the H intersection.
H, that's right.
Yeah, double T, I guess, technically, but it's an H.
I'm gonna say we go down.
So again, to kind of
are those stairs that we see?
The top right section of the H, and technically the bottom right section of the H. So you still have the two left sides of the H to explore.
Those stairs that I see as I peek around.
Yeah, this was the sign right here that said the beware the long hallway.
Beware the long hallway, and it was on the left side of that H intersection.
It was over on this side, right?
Between both of them, so it was on that wall right there.
This wall.
Yeah.
Oh, this wall.
Yep, that
Oh
wall.
boy, this is.
So I guess as you kind of look on the left one, you do notice that it kind of descends in that top left section over this way here.
Like a room.
So
the tunnel kind of descends a bit further again. Kind of looking over to the right, over that way, Fink. You stumbled upon some more stuff. And as you guys kind of get close to that direction, you hear a tink, 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 tink of several tinks going off kind of simultaneously. Looking into the room itself, you do see two grung kind of pacing back and forth across the room itself. So kind of working their way as you kind of get that way. At the moment, they don't seem to be too aware of your approach. And as you're looking in, you do see three figures with like pickaxes in hand mining into the walls. And there are sounds of pickaxes deeper yet from this room.
That's what the tinking noise is.
That is the tinking. Yep, you make that connection now.
Can we? I'll back off a little bit and just say, like whisper something. Let's gang up on them. There's two of them.
What color are they?
You do notice that one seems to actually be wearing armor.
Eso, that one's for you.
He's kind of got nice studded leathers on and is wielding a spear.
I can't see anything, but don't worry. You can count on me.
I can do lights again when we need it.
That would be lovely.
It only lasts for like a minute though, so Junia's headlamp's a little bit better.
I've got mine on my head.
Yeah, it doesn't help me much, unfortunately.
It's only 20 feet.
You guys start moving on the map, and I have to be like, oh shit, which direction did they go? Because I can't see anything.
I have light on me, so that helps a little bit.
Light
I don't
with
have
those-
very big vision.
Dark vision is rough.
So
I have less than what you see on stream, for sure.
Significantly less.
Yes.
Quick, for those
it
at
is
home,
about-
change my dark vision to ESOs.
All right, to
You guys are seeing
ESOs.
everything?
Oh,
You guys are
I
seeing
will
everything?
give you ESO's dark vision.
Oh no, that's gonna be worse
dark?
than mine.
That work?
Not yet.
Should have.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
How about now?
Now it did. See, you literally see nothing?
Yes, more or less.
I don't think it changed on stream. Oh wait, there it went. Oh boy.
Because
I can-
Petunia should be.
I don't even
giving
see
off
Petunia.
light.
I can kind of see a little
on, let me
bit
move
of the
Petunia for a
hallways, but
second.
not nearly as much as what's showing
Oh,
on
I didn't.
stream.
Sorry.
I mean, every minute I suppose I could cast light and try and keep it in front of you. Or above
I
you.
can actually see a little bit more than what's on stream. On stream shows completely black. Like, I can see some
Yeah,
of the
it's
hallway,
not-
but like,
Wait, here we go. We'll just turn vision back on normally. It should.
Where?
Apologies.
That is less
I
than what
mean,
I can
it's-
typically see, yes.
Right, it is quite a bit less, just to give that overall feel of what ESO is actually seeing. Now you should be back to what you are.
I don't even see the flare on there. Like, I get like just a sliver of the front left corner. So,
Ouch.
I mean,
So
the
having extra light in a room is extremely useful for you.
Drow is OP for darkness, yes.
it helps.
Yeah, Drow and Deep Gnomes, that 120 foot is crazy, and this, I think, really helps visualize what can actually be seen with Drow.
By the way, like, I
or
didn't
Deep Gnome.
change back to... Oh, there it goes. It just went. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't
it
see
takes,
nearly as
it takes
much.
to take a moment to update a little bit. I don't know. I think it's my connection with Roll20 is 4.
Okay.
For some reason.
But do you
Shouldn't
need
be,
some lights?
but
I mean, I
should be
can
fine.
I can use some these globy orbs until we get you. I know there's glasses that you can wear that are pretty spiffy. No, I'm not gonna use the word spiffy. That sounds really dumb. That are really, really nice. That lets you see a little bit
Did
better.
you want to cast Dancing Lights again, or just light?
I don't have light. I have dancing lights, so I would have to do it every minute.
I don't want to tire you out. Just if you look behind you every once in a while and I'm not there, please come back and get me.
Do you want some rope?
oh, torchlight.
I can,
Um,
and I'll hand like
Well,
part of my silk rope, and like we can at the very least, you know that we're there if there's some resistance still.
so just a quick question for the DM. The mount I'm able to see right now is just supposed to be like my standard vision, or you also, because I have a lantern giving me light from that.
I do not have your lantern on. That's probably
Okay,
part of
so-
the issue.
Let's say when this is happening, I pull out my hooded lantern, pour some oil in, and light it, so I can see a little bit better. And then I'll take
Oh
that
God, that's
lantern and I'll
bright.
tie it onto my rope.
Okay, it'll take a second to update here, but it should
Yep.
update for you. So you should now emanate light. Again, I think my connection is a little slow, so some of the changes I make take a little bit to update. So at least you should see the hallway up and behind you for sure. At least based on the vision I can use to see what you see. But whilst all of you are having this conversation, you kind of notice that the grung in the other room have stopped pacing, and you hear ribbit, ribbit,
Oh,
ribbit,
no.
ribbit, ribbit.
Now? Ribbit.
Ribbit! And
Okay,
then you hear
so-
tum, tum.
I am going to I'm ready to cast a spell. I'm ready to fire a sacred flame at the first thing that I see.
And I would like to do
I
a
can't see
bonfire under
anything.
the first whatever frog
Chill touch.
I can.
Well,
Okay. Sure.
Mind
Go
spike.
ahead,
So mind
everyone.
sliver.
Unleashes their ranged attacks. Eso is trying to light his lantern to get all of that sorted at that moment. Hopefully his vision is updated.
Hopefully.
It's still good, but I don't want to hold up. Good enough that I can see the other people and kind of gauge off that, so.
Weird. It should be working. Here, I want to move your token quick.
Oh. You can see a little better, I suppose.
Okay. Okay. Just testing it quick to see if, because you should have lost Petunia entirely, so it would have been just your light.
Okay. We should be good.
Not much improved because it's about the same level of light that she's getting off herself.
Right.
But with that,
Uh-oh.
Oh no, I lost my video.
Yeah, I think he stopped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
old one just seems like the other purple ones that you had noticed before. It just seems to be in basic clothing.
We lost you up until like the purple ones you saw before.
Dang it. Okay, so the gold one in this case is decorated very similar to the ones the purple ones you had seen before.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Which
just
one
very
was the
basic
wearing armor?
clothing. The orange one is wearing armor.
That's why I'd like to cast bonfire, if and or when.
Cast bonfire. Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's not
and
good.
they kind of
Did we
turn and
re-roll
go.
initiative? Because I didn't
Right
update
at-
anything.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Nah, it's fine. We'll give you guys the complete jump here. You might be able to fortune anyway. So.
We hear ribbiting and we just start firing random
Yeah, you hear
spells.
ribbit. Just the whole, like all hell breaks loose and just there's a torrent of flames and everything shooting out of that whole thing. Your vision problems are cleared up immediately. Everything is illuminated for a brief moment. All right, so bonfire goes off. We have a sacred flame that goes off. Iniara, what were you using?
I was thinking mind sliver, but then I rolled. But it's not a roll spell. It's an int
It's
spell.
not a rolled spell. It is.
Int save.
Yep. Okay. And with that, the highest roll I got on all of that was 11.
Yeah, it fails, I think.
So all 3 spells take effect. Were you aiming for the armored one or the unarmed?
Armored.
Okay.
Probably should have done the other, but
Ooh.
I did 4 points of damage.
All right, 4 points to that one. Think, what did you roll for damage?
2.
2? And Petunia?
3.
3. All right. With that, you see them both kind of scream in ribbits. As much as you can do that. They kind of turn. He kind of takes his spear, licks the end of it, and throws it your direction to the person out in front.
I think that's me.
Which is you, Petunia, or not Petunia, Iniara.
Where is Petunia?
You get Petunia, I think, is under Fink.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit with the spear.
Like right
Oh
there.
god, ouch.
But it did
I need
something
a
weird when I stood
Constitution
there.
saving throw.
Yeah, you do. Okay. Where's my... Oh, I'm just gonna do it up here. Con save? Plus
Yep,
3.
you take 7 points of damage as the spear impacts you, kind of tearing right through your mage armor.
13?
13. Enough to beat it.
Okay, how much damage did I just take?
7 points.
Oh, I'm
As
bloodied.
the spear kind of smashes into your side, kind of impaling you deep.
Think you were in front before this.
Sorry. I'll move up on my turn.
All right, I'll just let you guys kind of take a free action, or just kind of freely kind of move about at this point.
Can I just run in? And
Go
then
right ahead.
here?
You guys are going to outnumber
I do
them and
that.
just slog away. We won't bog it down to the full combat here. You can kind of just go in and wail on them. So if everyone wants to move forward, cast a spell, or swing a hammer, go right ahead.
Oh, I'll swing a hammer now.
Okay. Go ahead and move up to the one you want to swing a hammer at. It's still in the bonfire.
Yep.
All right, so they'll take extra damage from that as well. That one actually had a negative D4 on it too.
I thought I had.
With Petunia on the other side, would I have advantage on the strike?
Heck yeah, you would.
Okay.
Flanking, man. Optional rules for the win.
Let's get one of these guys to low health, and I'll hit them with a magic missile, and I can gain some health.
Okay.
All right, I would say that you think the gold one seems to be relatively low health right now.
Well, when we all hit, because what is it? I have features.
You've got 3 missiles at.
Right. Well, it's the only thing I
local
could do, but I have the what is that? Where's that at?
Health recovery feature because
Grim
of
Harvest. Yes. HP regained to twice the spell's level, or 3 times if it's a necro spell. I don't think I have a necro spell right now, but
maybe not yet, but you probably will very
unless
soon.
Ray of Sickness is considered necro, but I don't think it is.
I thought it was.
Is it? Because then I'm going to use that sucker.
I mean, you've got your spell book right there.
Well, it doesn't say what school it's from.
Should.
A Ray of Sickness of greenish energy, tags, debuff. Oh, there it is. First level
Ray of
Necromancy.
Sickness.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Ray of Sickness to
Okay.
make a ranged spell attack against the target. It takes 2d8 poison and must make a con save. Is it going to matter?
All right.
Is it a ray? Because it says Ray of Sickness.
It says Ray of Sickness, but it's more like a beam.
Oh, okay. So it's not like it hits
It's not
multiple.
Like it's not a ranged attack or like a spread attack. It's a single target.
Okay.
But you notice, because it's poison damage, it doesn't seem to affect them.
Yeah, but do I still gain health? No, because it didn't die. Damn it.
It didn't die.
There goes a spell slot.
Technically, yes.
Should have just done magic missile. Now, fudge.
Still time.
For my frog,
Yep.
I got a 21 to
Yep.
hit,
That'll hit.
5 points of damage, and then
Perfect.
6 points of fire damage.
Jeez.
If
Yeah, that
another
one's-
way you
that
wanna
one's
cook
toast.
that.
That one is toast.
We're having frog legs tonight, folks.
Gotta de-ooze them first.
All right, Iso, you swing with your hammer onto the armored one.
Yep, 22 to hit
That'll hit.
I'm not gonna hit it.
for 8 points of bludgeoning.
8 points of bludgeoning. Perfect. Petunia,
Ooh, I get to.
you get to go
attack
too.
it?
Yeah.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. I'm gonna toll the dead on the one in front of me.
Okay. Oh god, and that one.
Ooh.
Oh boy. So that's a D12. And
D12, yeah.
Yeah, D12.
Yeah. Ooh, 6 points
6 points.
of
Nice.
necrotic.
All right, and with that final one also falls over dead.
Ring-a-ling.
Ring-a-ling-ling. All right. So, making short work of them, after they mistakenly riveted, you guys just kind of tear through that room and just clean house in an instant. Iniara, you still feel very useful as your ink
Do I?
kind of like flowed off and made contact, but didn't even touch them. but it looked cool.
Oh yeah, it looks so cool.
Yeah. So what you notice at this point, there is a human man with a pickaxe kind of hammering away. There's a dwarf next to him. And on the opposite wall, solo is a half-elf of like tawny skin, kind of going away. All of them are in super raggedy clothing and look like they have been doing this for a long time without good nourishment or like sleep regimen.
Oh no, I'm in the Sahuagin form. Great. So as I walk by, because I was over here before I moved over to the other two, I kind of link arms with Fink and say, "Come with me," because I still look like a Sahuagin at this point. It hasn't been an hour. And I say, "Come with me."
Yeah, you do.
I walk over with Iniar and I say, "Come with me." And I want to go over to them and say, "You need to be quiet. We're here to get rid of them."
Who's the them? Who's the them? The Grung?
Well, I'm assuming the frogs that were not tied up. These people are, you said, bound?
No.
No, are they similar to how like Isol looked when he helped the Grung in the last battle? That like look to them at all?
Yeah, so as you kind of get around and get a good look at their faces, you see that their eyes are completely like glassed over. They seem to just be stuck in this repetitive pickaxe motion, chipping away. And what you do notice as you kind of look at what they're chipping away at, it is that same like smooth gray stone.
Okay.
Maybe we leave them alone?
I think they're under like how Isol was in that last fight. Not this one, obviously the last one. I think the Grung did something to them. I mean, people have disappeared. Maybe this is it?
That could be.
I would love to be able to help them, but unfortunately, I'm a bit too tired for what's required to even try and remove that.
I'm going to get very close to one and like peer and like wave my hand in front of their face a little bit.
Sure.
But not get hit by the pickaxe, hopefully.
Right, yeah. So you kind of time it a little bit with each swing and kind of move off to the side. Kind of sit there and, John Cena them real quick, see if anything happens. Nothing. They don't seem to respond to anything coming at their face. Nothing. They just seem stuck right now in this activity, just focused on mining away. And you see as they kind of chip away a couple stones, they move slightly and go to a new area, kind of slowly widening out this little area.
Don't want to risk this of like, will they stop if I stand in front of them? I'm going to see if they do anything if we interact with them, like gently like try and turn them to a different spot.
Okay, you reach out and touch him?
Yes. That's what I said I was doing.
Over here and prepare sacred flame just in case as she's reaching out. I'm like, uh-oh.
So
I'm very curious. Involves touching.
grab a shoulder and kind of move, like grabbing at the cloth that is covering them, or the rags, really. And you can feel underneath of it, it feels damp and like wet.
Like his skin feels damp and wet?
The skin feels that way as you kind of see the cloth kind of absorb it a little bit where your hand was as you turn. And there's clearly your handprint on the shoulder. They turn, they're kind of like mid-swing and are rotated around as they do that. They kind of startle and the pickaxe drops from their hand.
Привет. I don't know if that's the correct word, but...
It's the correct word, yes.
Alright.
Good morning.
Where am I?
I think we're underground. There's some frogs that we've taken care of. Only some of them, though.
We're not in the forest, are we? Not anymore?
In the middle of a lake.
It's definitely not the forest. I went. I went for some berries for my pastries, and
Are you the baker who's been missing?
You.
I am, yes.
Baked goods.
Richard the baker.
Stay calm. I'm going to use persuasion and be.
Whoa.
You need to stay calm and listen to us.
Why do I feel wet?
I don't know. It's kind of.
You see him kind of like grab and like pull away, and it's just kind of slimy, almost.
Is this slimy like the frog slime?
Yes.
I prestidigitate everybody in this room.
As though he might have bathed in the slime.
I'm gonna I'm gonna clean this up, and we're gonna get the others, and this is gross.
Looking at him, it doesn't look wet.
Why did you I don't even know.
As soon as that happens, you see him kind of like pull away, and it is immediately clear that it is the same slime that these frogs have been using on you guys.
Uh-huh. Which one is this guy that I did? Which race is this?
This one is a human.
You said there was a human, a dwarf, and
a dwarf and a half elf.
Do you know these other two?
Sorry, apologies. This is a dwarf.
So this is the dwarf.
Richard the baker is a dwarf.
Dwarf. Richard.
It's the dwarf.
Richard.
He's the one we need the most.
The joke will become very apparent shortly.
Richard the dwarf baker.
Yes.
And then a half elf.
And a half elf, and then a human as well.
Do you know what these other two are in the room here?
Yeah, of course. He points over to the half elf. That's Harry. Normally he works in the bookstore. And he turns to the guy near him as well. That's Tom. He's the barber.
Get it.
And which one was
For
that?
those of you at home that haven't clued in, this is Tom, Dick, and Harry. Just any old gent. Anyway.
Which one? Which one was Tom?
So Tom is the human. He is a barber. Richard is a dwarven baker. And Harry is the half-elven bookstore assistant. Or bookshop, if you will. 2 P's and an E.
Alright.
I like books. That is a good friend of ours.
Well,
Do we just send them on their way, or?
And I don't know if it's necessarily good to... Because there's the red grung out there we haven't taken care of yet.
Bits and pieces
hallway.
are still kind of there, but...
In another hallway.
I don't want to leave you here and have them run with. Do we bring them with? We have one more hallway to go through.
well, I was going to say, why don't we bring them back to that storeroom that we found? There was only one way into that room. They could push a few barrels in front of the door and be safe until we come to get them.
That's a good idea.
That is a good idea. We could give some kind of...
It would be closer than
Sounds
here.
good.
I could cast alarm and then be alerted if anyone goes near it.
Yeah.
That's
through the
true.
hallway.
But what do they
Very-
do if the
very
purple
comforting.
one? Or that red one comes by?
Well, that's what we mean. Move up to the H hallway. She'll put an alarm in the H hallway so that we know if anyone comes through, so we can go back to protect them.
Right, but what if we don't get them back in time?
We will.
That is a risk we will have to take, and they would have to take if they agree to this.
It is true. It's-
Otherwise, they stick with us, and
Right.
the frogs might stick them with their slimy daggers. No,
I got a couple
not
extra
to, not to
daggers.
scare you, gentlemen.
Get some hammers.
I think they'll believe us when they go into that room and find 4 other dead grung.
Oh yes, it's gonna stink in there slightly.
Just a
Forgot to
little
mention
bit.
that. One is going
Look
to
a little
smell
malnourished.
slightly
I
sour.
can give them
I guess a little stink is better
campfire.
than nothing for safety.
and they can fry up the frogs.
I was going to say, I
It's
also
not
have
the
rations
worst.
and some water skin. We can leave them with that. I mean, we don't know exactly how safe these frogs are to eat. I mean, they are covered in slime and they seem to be doing weird things to our minds.
I would agree. It seems that this might be from them. And you see him just gag a little bit as he realizes he's covered in it.
Yeah. Well, we
Oh,
will get you a bath.
I thought Iniara did prestidigitation.
Oh
on
yeah,
the-
I prestidigitated everybody in this room, including
Gotcha.
us
Gotcha.
at this point.
So, having missed that again, apologies. Having cleaned the other individuals, see them slowly kind of come back as well and have that same realization that they are not where they thought they were originally.
I think that the best plan is to move into that room, have Fink set alarm across the H hallway so that we know if anyone even comes through that hallway, since we've already done this bottom section and that room. There's only one more branch. That would be probably the best option, yeah.
This
to go
room. Is
and
there
do-
more in this
Set an alarm
room?
like right here, right across the H hallway, if you can see
Yeah,
that.
there's actually a hallway down there that I didn't want to go down without.
I'm not going any further than this. There's more down this way.
Right, so you notice kind of like moving down to the very southern part of this room that there's another T hallway. It kind of branches off, and you still hear the sounds of mining coming from down below. You're able to kind of like peer over top as there's like a little balcony
dude?
there, and you look down and you see another few humanoids, and then you also see a very large, like giant-esque, like really hairy, gross thing with like two-handing pickaxes here as it goes, and then there is also. Best way to describe it is just terror in a box. There is a very large, sleek, black cat like thing. It seems almost crossed between like a cat, a human, and like a horse. But all of it is sleek, feline, and ferocious looking. As you see, basically the head of a panther on top of extremely like muscle feline like extremities almost. So in total, it's got 6 limbs, 2 of which are just powering through as it mines away.
And you said there was what else down there?
There was also a few humanoids, and then a very large, giant-esque thing.
What's humanoids?
Well, like human-like.
Well, yeah,
you
but
kind of recognize these as just a couple other humans that seem to be from the villages.
do you think? Well, I'm up for helping the humanoids here. I don't know about that black creature. The way he's hitting that stone, I don't. And what's this one here?
Petunia, as you kind of glance over, you kind of. Why don't you roll me an intelligence check?
Oh, well, okay.
I think we should at least wake up the human, those that are likely from the village.
I mean,
What is this thing?
an 8?
An 8. You don't quite make a full connection, but the size of the large black creature reminds you of something you might have seen the night before, or at least vaguely. Similar size, at least.
Okay.
But you're not sure if it's the same thing.
That thing. Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
What if we ask one of the other villagers, see if they know or recognize any of these critters?
That's true. Should we wake all these up? We'll ask the villagers this. I mean,
Okay.
technically, if this black creature here is friendly enough, we could. I mean, we'll get the power that it's using. It could help protect them until we come back. But I don't know if it's friendly. I don't.
You see
that wall.
Tom the barber kind of speak up. Well, it's been a few years since I think these folks have disappeared. I haven't seen them in quite some time. They were much younger the first time around. But
time is weird.
You know, actually, come to think of it, I don't remember their names.
I think we are in danger.
Should we I'm up. Like I said, let's wake up the humans.
I feel safer with you.
I feel safer with him.
I will do the same gentle wake up and prestidigitate first, and then wake up at least the humans. I don't know what these two bottom ones are. I miss what this thing with the club is.
The thing with the club, why don't you roll me a nature check?
Alrighty then. That was +3, if I remember correctly.
Petunia's gonna move into that intersection where she can still see the 2 dead bodies of the Grung.
Okay.
And everything, so that she can see if anything's coming at you guys or anything. She's gonna, since I have nothing that I can.
Sure.
11?
The situation.
11. I mean, you've done some studies. You've been educated in the Underdark in general.
Yeah.
As part of this. That it takes you a moment, but you do recognize them as ogres.
Oh, it's an ogre.
Or as an ogre.
Alright, well, we'll leave that one be.
One moment.
We can always come back and do them last, just to.
That's true. We can get the people out and then the civilians. I'm not sure what these.
Sure. So as you work together and or work to prestidigitate the 3 other villagers, they still seem to be glazed over, and it takes a good while before any change becomes apparent.
I was going to prestidigitate before I tried to wake them up, just because it's gross to touch them.
Right, I get you. I'm just saying that even with that, it takes a while for them to kind of like snap to it.
Oh, because they've been under so much longer.
Right.
Hello, привет.
Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Niara. Petunia's up there. This is Fink and Liso. You're in a Grung camp that's in the middle of that lake that everyone says not to go to. We've woken up all the humans that we think are from the village, and you're gonna stay here while we make sure there's no more Grung to hurt you.
All right.
Just lay it right over.
Can I ask you a question?
Alrighty.
Who am I?
I don't know.
And you just see him kind of stare.
I can give you a name for now until we have someone who knows you that can give you your real name.
I suppose it's better than nothing.
Can I hear this from my location since I'm so far away?
I mean, it's always nice to be called by something. Whether it's true name or not. Is this a male or a female?
This is a male.
Alright. Your name shall be...
I would say, yeah, you're at the top of that intersection. Yeah, you can hear this. You're at the top part. They kind of had to walk down a little bit of a trail to get down here, but it kind of echoes up a little bit.
Just needed to know if I needed to not take notes or something.
Sure. I mean, you can always take notes for anything that you feel like you need to, and just asterisk or something that you might not know, but could be useful later. Your choice.
Yeah, no worries. But Iniara, you named him.
I did Adinin. Adinin.
All right.
Perfect.
I was gonna go with Mo, Curly, and Larry.
I'm giving drow names because it's what I know.
Well, after the
Makes
whole
sense to me.
Tom, Dick, and Harry thing.
I mean, by no means are you going to, unless you want to keep the name. So just this way we know what to call towards you, as for safety means. We can't just be like, hey, you, no, don't go that direction. We can go, Adenin, no.
Hey, you works too.
Yeah, but that's so impersonal.
Sounds catchy, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Do any of the others respond in the same way as like, who am I?
Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing for the other two. They kind of go through the same thing with you. It takes them a while to actually like come out of their stupor, and it seems like their memories are gone.
They must have been covered in that stuff for a while.
I'm thinking so. I definitely need more of this stuff. Maybe we can make something out of this.
How aged do they look?
It looks like, based on what the other villagers had told you, having, you know, that Tom had said it had been a couple years since they had seen them. They look like they're maybe early 20s. But, I mean, that's what you would guess. They look older.
Is there something more going on?
Been in like hard labor for quite some time.
Like how the Tabaxis was more than just whatever that was called.
Sure. Why don't you roll me an Arcana check?
There's something else at play here.
Sure. You can definitely see.
Okay, I rolled a 19, so plus I think 5.
All right. I'll let you have
You know exactly what's going on.
Yeah, you know everything.
I know what this is.
No, you kind of get that same vibe or feeling about this situation that, you know, you understand that the Grung kind of worked in a similar sense, but you saw so affected by it. It was for a very short duration. But this seems to be above and beyond, and you don't know maybe at this point if it's, you know, extreme prolonged exposure to this kind of climb would do these kind of effects, or if there's some other sort of arcane means that is amplifying their abilities.
Right. I am going to mention this. I think there's more at play than just the Grung with what this is going on. I think there's definitely more. Almost arcane in nature? Is that what you said?
Similar, yeah. So, you know, technically there are various different types of magic itself, and it's not necessarily like wizardry by any means, and it's not divine magic. You wouldn't say like a cleric or a paladin or anything would have been the source of this, but there are forms of like nature magic that potentially could be amplifying or enhancing this, or the direct cause of.
All right.
Similar, maybe, to the Tabaxi.
Well, perhaps we just need to explore a bit more, and we'll come to the answer of your question.
Shall we go get them over to the safe room?
I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah,
Did the other two need or want names? Well, I got names. If they wanted, unless others want to help with the naming, I can give them good, strong names. I don't know these names off the top, but I've got names.
All right. So with that, as you guys are kind of...
Oh, no, Petunia's talking, but muted.
Petunia runs down. She says, oh, one of them could be named after a flower.
Are these all male?
2 men, 1 woman.
2 and 1. Just curious.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to name, and I'll name the other one.
I'll point to the lady, and I'm gonna name her Lily.
Oh, it's such a nice name.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will name the other male. Imyl. IIMYL. And again, this is just temporary names, just so that we have something to call you. It is a shame for anyone to go around nameless.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. There's a power to names.
Right.
Can you wake up the big one and I'll give him a name?
Can we do that after the squishies are safe?
Oh, fine. Take all the fun out of it.
I mean, feel free to if you want to wake him up, and you think you can help.
We gotta go sit in the
Because an ogre, I don't really trust an ogre around. Because ogre.
The interesting thing too, having seen this being like,
You're cutting out. He throws. You really froze.
Yeah.
Pick everybody.
He's gonna come back and we're just gonna get the end of some epic
and is
speech.
kind of like
Yep.
potentially an apex predator.
You totally cut out all the way until Apex Predator.
Dang it! Really?
We were waiting for
So
it.
what was the thing you heard before that?
Nothing.
The thing
Absolutely
about the
nothing.
ogre.
You said the thing is.
Gotcha. So with that, seeing this black feline beast, none of you have ever seen anything like it.
Right.
This is a fully unique creature, and
Oh, darn it.
Oh no.
I mean, I kind of know what this creature is. It's unique and it's homebrewed. Oh, almost.
I did it again.
Yes, you totally
Yep.
did.
Yeah, no, I lost internet again.
That's weird.
Mhm.
Maybe we
All
need
right,
a
again.
booster. We could look into a booster.
Very brief. Black creature, feline, bad. You guys haven't seen it. Ooh.
Ogre.
Very specific to this region. 3 apex predator, real bad.
Alrighty then.
Do it.
But I thought Issa was meaning the ogre, not the feline creature.
No, sure.
I like the bullet point edition.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, you're free to discuss the ogre feline creature. Anyway, the ogre.
Is an ogre. I guess maybe Issa was talking about
No.
the other one, and I was assuming the wrong way.
No, I was talking about the ogre, the tall one. Unfortunately, we lost him again, it seems.
I know. I think we might need to get a booster at this point.
Oh no!
Did it again.
They totally
I don't
did.
know why I keep popping.
Well, because you can get a booster, an internet booster,
because-
right?
But we shouldn't need it. I didn't have issues, you know.
Because your
Previous
description
table.
of this creature was so epic, Twitch couldn't handle it.
That's
It's gotta
true.
be it,
That's what
but-
it is. They're not that
Alright,
expensive.
So this referring to the ogre seems very slow-witted. Again, it's kind of the same way. Like it's if you touch it, you would think it would feel similar to what the humans were like, where it's kind of slimed entirely.
I mean, once everybody's safe and we get everybody out, we can come back down and I can prestigitate the slime off of it. And then it can leave freely on its own.
And then we run.
And then we run.
Invisible.
I mean, we could let it know that we did it, but I don't know what this is or how intelligent it is. So if it doesn't have enough intelligence to recognize that we helped it, I don't want to get hurt. Because, again, that rock and that swing, I did. I don't know about anybody else.
I agree. I'd be dead too. I am rock. A see my future right there.
Okay, let's get them back to that storeroom.
I feel like he's still kind of
Okay.
breaking up.
Yeah, I definitely was. Swapping to the other form of the internet that we can carry, and seems stabler.
Are you on the
we'll
2
see.
or the 5?
I'm on 2 now, not 5.
Okay.
That seemed to have picked up. Sorry, I missed like the last 2 minutes of conversation.
We are going to prestidigitate the thing and possibly leave right away, but after we get everybody out. Because we're discussing if it has enough intelligence to recognize us as of helping it, or if it'll just immediately turn an attack even afterwards.
Okay, and this is on the giant feline?
Yes. Oh, and the ogre. We'll leave those be until later.
Gotcha. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and say you do this from a safe distance.
I've moved.
No, I thought we were going to come back after we've made sure all the grung were cleared out.
Yes.
Once we get the
Yeah.
humans off the island, or, in a safe, where we don't have to worry about them being hurt at all, come back and...
I'm going to go ahead and apologize now with the amount of internet troubles I seem to be having currently. Maybe now would be good to just end for tonight, and we can
Yeah, it is 8 minutes,
Couple-
or 10 minutes too.
all of the villagers over. We'll say that is easily accomplished. You guys are able to move them up into the storeroom, kind of barricade them off a bit, leave them with a bit of food and water. What were you planning to do next, I guess, because I totally missed all of that.
We're gonna
what's
do
that?
alarm and then continue clearing out the camp.
Okay. So you're going to go down the tunnel that descends, or were you going to go back to the front and kill the red one?
We could kill...
Leave the red one.
Well,
Leave
because the red one
Yeah.
could come... Technically could come back.
Right, that's why the alarm would set off.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
And we can just tell people, like, if you hear ribbits or whatever, pretend like you were working.
Or the fact, also inform them that there was only one that we left alive in front of a doorway. We don't know how many were behind the doorway, but
Was there one in front of the
One.
doorway?
yeah, the red one was sitting in front of the hallway in front of a door.
I didn't know there was a door in front of it.
No. It was by the doorway that you guys went through to the bedroom's original. So it's just.
Oh, okay. And there he goes.
Okay. That's okay. I understand the internet's going wonky.
Yeah, there's stuff I can pick up for tomorrow.
But
Yeah.
yeah, then we just left one.
And why did we leave the red one alone?
Because he just
Didn't make
ushered us
sense.
on forward. Did we lose?
Correct.
Oh, it's all funky because we don't have the screen share. That's why we lost Fink.
Oh. I can try. I
It'll-
closed all of that out at the moment. So.
It'll be fine.
All right. So you guys, we will start off next week, starting on that long descent down that hallway. So apologize for all the issue. We'll see everyone next week here on the YouTube side of things.